I let you guys down because I promised that I'd upload a video every single day till the end of 2023, and then I got the flu. And I obviously missed a day, but then we pushed through the pain and got more videos out to make up for it. And then whatever powers that be decided how funny would it be if we gave him laryngitis 2 weeks afterwards, and to the point where he couldn't, oh God, to the point where I couldn't talk. It's still bad, and I'm gonna try to make the video today. But if it ends up getting to the point where I cannot physically talk anymore like it was for the past 2 days, then we're just gonna use an AI robot to talk for us for the rest of the video.
I just sold these FC Pro Live cards that we bought a few episodes ago. Karamo doubled in price, and we made 1.2 million coins on his card alone. Gimme dat. That doesn't even include making 150k per Willian and getting that bread on Locatelli and Thauvin as well. I'm goated with the sauce.
If you're looking to buy cheap and reliable FC24 coins, look no farther than my partner FUTLOOT and use my code ELYYT, ELYYT, for an extra 6% at checkout. We actually did make 1.6 million coins yesterday on just the purple FC Pro Live cards from Group B alone. Karamo being the big jackpot player. That we got this card for 39 to 40k, pretty much doubling our coins on every single card, and we got 31 of these cards. I mean, a ton of profit. And the fun part about it is that he's back down to 24k, because Bonanno, who is the FC Pro Live Pro player controlling his card, went 0-4. So he crashed down in price. Now we're also looking at Locatelli down in price. We're looking at Willian a little bit down in price, and Thauvin a little bit down in price. And so here's what's going to happen. We're going to see a little bit of a dip this morning. These cards could go slightly lower. But what we saw last week with these cards, like Kolo Muani, who did end up getting an upgrade, we saw his card drop after the games as well. But he was going to get an upgrade. And later on Tuesday, the card went right back up on that rebound and actually rose as we got closer to Friday. So this card could be a good investment right now, that Willian, comparatively to that Kolo Muani. Then you can also look at cards like Locatelli and Thauvin, both getting upgrades coming in the next day or so. And those upgrades will probably bring enough hype to push them up in price a little bit more, especially that Locatelli at 42k. It's about what we got him for the first time, and we got to sell him for 65k. Now that he's got the upgrade, I think he does go back up a few thousand coins. Probably not back up to what he was before these games yesterday, but if that first graph tells us anything, it tells us that Willian's probably on his way back up throughout today, especially after content release. 900k is asking a little bit much, but if you're in at 880, 870, maybe lower than that in the next few hours, that's a good buy point. And if you're on the lower budgets, then again, Locatelli and Thauvin are cards you can look at. And to be honest, I would expect a little bit of a rebound for Karamo as well, but given the fact that he doesn't get the upgrade, you're probably waiting longer. So for that reason, I'm probably not going to invest in Yann Karamo for a rebound, but let's shift our focus to Group C and Group D, because these are the cards that still have that potential first group stage day for these big upgrades, like Simakan and Phillips. I think are the biggest cards in terms of hype, because Simakan is Anders Vergang's card and Phillips is DH Tech's cards for the next 2 weeks. So Simakan's Group C, Phillips is Group D. But what we saw during week 1 when Group A was playing is this Phillips card went up from about 89,000 coins all the way to 130k during that first week. But we got in at about right here, 98,000 coins. We didn't sell. We actually are still holding from that first point. But what we learned was that they peaked on Tuesday. So we should probably sell today and then buy back on Friday, because that card went from 130,000 coins to 110,000 coins. And I actually told you guys to buy right here. I told you to buy for 110,000 coins in the Discord, and hopefully you did, because that card has continued to rise and he's up to about 142,000 coins right now. So I'm going to sell this morning and I'm going to rebuy on Friday for this card. Now for the other card that we were looking at, Simakan, his card's probably not going to drop as much during the week because he's going to be active on Monday. But what we saw from Yann Karamo, even in the week that he was about to be active, we saw that huge rise. He didn't really rise between the days of Tuesday and Friday. The card didn't go up. It didn't go down. It kind of stayed the same price. So even if these cards don't drop a ton, like Calvin Phillips, which I think he's going to go back down, he'll probably get back under 130. So I think it's fair enough to say, let's sell, take that 5% loss, and they'll probably drop by 10 to 15%, and then that's when we buy those cards back. So the Calvin Phillips we got for 95K, we're going to list for 140. We'll list up all of these purple cards. I'm actually excited to see how many coins are we going to have after these all sell. Samakins we got for 23,000 coins, all selling pretty quickly at 37, and then Ogbonna as well, we got for 83. We're selling those cards on for about 115. And now that they have all sold onto the market, except for a couple Dele Allis, which are still pending, we're looking at huge profits on those cards as well, putting us at over 6 million coins, but it gives us a great opportunity to transition into our other investments and what our next investments are going to be. Thunderstruck cards. Bernardo Silva was a big fat L. You guys can flame me in the comments for that, but to be honest, we could have gotten our coins back before he went back down to 70K before the Manchester City game against Tottenham this weekend. I just completely forgot to sell. I'm not even going to lie to you. I just wasn't on Ultimate Team. I felt like crap. Please forgive me. So we're going to lose coins on Bernardo Silva, but I'm kind of forced to just hold Bernardo Silva until the next Manchester City game. And hopefully the hype of that match can bring him back up to 80K and I won't lose any coins on him. But there are Manchester City cards on our transfer list that are making us bank right now, and that's Lauren Hemp. Her card at 186,000 coins was a great investment, and I regret only buying 2 of them. That's very zoomed in. There we go. Much better. This Lauren Hemp investment is now up to 300,000 coins. And Kim Little, who we have a few of on our transfer list right now as well, has gone from 31,000 coins to 44K, mainly because she's probably going to be 90 rated eventually. And once she becomes 90 rated, that fodder is worth 55K alone. So to be honest, a long-term hold for Little, we might as well just keep holding on that card, even if it takes a couple weeks for her to become 90 rated. Once she is 90 rated, it shoots her up another 10,000 coins, which makes our profit 20K per card, which is exactly what we're making on Joe Gomez right now, who's up to 64,000 coins, as you guys can see. And we have some Joe Gomez on our transfer list that we are going to sell probably in the next couple of days. We got him for 46,000 coins. Now, there are about 2 weeks left where the market is going to continue to go up. But after that, we're going to see a drop in price. So investments like this, Hernandez, who we got for 265,000 coins, he's in the current team of the week and is already going up. I didn't even get in at the best deal. He was like 245 earlier in the weekend. This is an investment that I'm going with now. And to be honest, if you want to make investments, I would suggest Team of the Week 11. Pretty much as a whole. Some of these cards are up already in price, such as Dybala, Alejandro Garnacho, already up a little bit in price, and Hernandez, who we got for 265. He's 278. I think if you wait until content time today, he'll be lower than 278. Gives you an opportunity to get in at a similar price than I did. I wouldn't really mess around too much with the informs that are lower than 30K just because that's fodder. Unless you want to invest for fodder, this is actually one of the lower points that we've seen for Team of the Week fodder in the last couple of weeks, last month or so, because Team of the Week fodder has been up at like 45K at times. So it is risky if you want to go for the fodder cards, but I'm just focused on meta cards. And Caroline Graham-Hansen might be another card that could be pretty good out of packs. You can see her card was at about 1,060,000. Right now, she's up about 70,000 coins. I would wait until she goes back under 1.1 mil if we were to buy. But compared to her Trailblazer card, she is about 600,000 coins cheaper, even more than that. But that Trailblazer card does obviously have the finesse shot trait. So that could add a little bit of value. Nonetheless, I think Caroline Graham-Hansen has about a week and a half out of packs where she's probably going to go up in price. So any of you who want to use that card or invest in it for a high budget, it's a good time to do so. So Team of the Weeks are a good shout. Let's talk about Radioactive. Will we be investing in Radioactive and why? Well, Radioactive get great chemistry, but they're not dynamic, which means that we're not going to look at any IRL matches or FC Pro esports matches for these cards to get super hyped up. A card like Karamo that we looked at earlier, who went up to 79,000 coins and back down to 24K. These cards, I mean, if they were yellow, that Karamo would just stay 24,000 coins. So with that being said, I don't see a ton of value in these cards, but given the fact that they get great links, what we need to watch out for are cards from the same nation or the same league that get dropped in the next week in SBCs and objectives. Speaking of which, we have a very hyped up, anticipated Adama Traore coming as a Moments SBC very soon. This is big because he hasn't even been in the game for FC24 yet. He's going to get added as a gold card, but probably before that even happens, he's going to get added as this Moments SBC. And because he was so OP a few FIFAs ago, and he's so quick, he's Premier League, Spanish links, there's going to be a lot of hype about this card. So I would expect Premier League links to rise first, and even players like Ricky Puig, who is from Spain. But I really think that these cards are going to be really the most valuable in the off leagues, the leagues that don't get the best chemistry. Because, of course, if you have Perisic, Gvardiol, or Eriksen, Zinchenko, all these Premier League players that are in Radioactive, well, these cards can already get chemistry with a lot of meta players in the game. Whereas if you look at some of the other guys like Kvaratskhelia and Serie A, there's not quite as many. You obviously look at Messi and MLS, there's not very many at all. And then you also look at some of the women's leagues, which are much tougher to get links to than the men's leagues. And I think those are the cards that are going to rise the most. But we're kind of waiting on an objective player or a SBC player to really push those cards up in price. Nonetheless, just due to chemistry, I think these cards have value out of packs. So timing it right on Thursday or even right now, I think they're up a little bit from what they were yesterday. So you are risking a little bit right now because they could drop on Thursday with marquee matchup supply and the hype of the next Radioactive team, which is coming out on Friday. But we also have information on what the next promo is going to be about, which is going to be about brothers. As you can see, Thuram and Thuram, these cards are going to probably be in the promo. You've got players like Urian Timber and Quinton Timber. I don't think Kevin Prince Boateng's still in the game, but you know, Boateng and Boateng, that's kind of the idea of this promo. So with that being said, we're going to see a lot of cards like that in the next promo, but we don't have any more info on it quite yet. I'm expecting that to drop next Friday, not this Friday. So that's when that promo is going to be released. But that's all I've got for you guys today. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like. We did make it to the end of the video without having to use the AI the entire time. So I appreciate you guys watching to the end. If you made it to the end, go ahead and comment FC Pro Profit down below. That would be awesome. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.